Hey guys, Valtorioustheawoken here. So we're going to do something a little bit different for today. I'm going to start up a new series called Broken That Can't Be Explained. For episode 1, we're going to be talking about Alucard from Hellsing and Dio from the Jojo's Bizarre Universe. And we all know how powerful Alucard is from Hellsing, and I was going to do a scenario that towards the ending of Hellsing, Alucard had nothing to do and stated he can be everywhere and truly nowhere. So that begs the question, does Alucard have one of the god's abilities to be all-knowing at all times? So Alucard is sleeping in his chair thinking about the past and also the future until he gets bored. Until he travels into the Jojo's Bizarre Universe. Alucard arrives during the period where the Pillarmen was in charge and was being worshipped as gods and to be feared as demons, while Mukars and Eldoris and Satana tried to fight against Alucard, but was all defeated by him. Each one of the Pillarmen realized that they can't defeat Alucard and is worthless trying to. So Kar starts creating masks to bring out the full potential of the human beings as he tried to come up with a plan of killing Alucard and ruling the world. Alucard is aware of what Kars is doing and allows it to happen and tells him only a man can kill a monster. Kars goes on a killing spree by killing off his entire race to impress and show Alucard that he will do what's necessary to kill him and become the ultimate life form. Alucard is enjoying what's been going on and makes a chair out of the corpses and sits down as he falls asleep. 1938, when the Pillarmen are free and each of them is defeated by Joseph Joestar until Kars is the only one that's left. Alucard is still sitting in his chair saying, "Are you gonna make me wait forever?" Kars wants to become the ultimate life form and also wants to defeat Alucard, but is still stuck in the middle of the battle with Joseph. Alucard is watching the flight as he gets bored and leaves and sees Kars flying off into the Earth's orbit and starts laughing. Alucard travels around the world of the Jojo's Bizarre Universe and meets Dio years later in Egypt. Dio stops time and rips out Alucard's heart and proceeds to resume time, only for Alucard to be laughing and impressed on how a vampire like him can stop time, and then maybe he'll provide some entertainment. After being defeated by Alucard, Dio immediately drops to his knees and he feels the strong presence coming from Alucard, and then he hasn't felt this way when his abusive father was alive, and that Alucard will end him. Alucard is displeased on how Dio shows himself, and it reminded him of when he fought against Luke Valentine, as he enjoyed killing him until Dio tells him about the Joestar family and that they will arrive here to fight him. Alucard then remembers Van Helsing on how he was defeated by him and allows Dio to live to show him what all he can do. Jotaro defeats Dio and he is met with the arrival of Alucard. Alucard is interested by Jotaro and they begin fighting. Alucard acknowledges the fact that Jotaro is faster than Walter and is a lot stronger. Alucard is impressed and is defeated by Jotaro. Alucard shows Jotaro his full power as Dracula. He is even more impressed on how he can keep up with him until Jotaro is defeated. Alucard looks at Jotaro and tells him, "I've been defeated twice," before leaving and going back to the Hellsing universe. Here's a good question. Fuck! We're going on a commercial break. So, here's a good question. Can Alucard destroy the Jojo's Bizarre Universe? Now, we've all seen the list of people here who would try and actually stop Alucard for even doing anything. Number 1 is Kars. Now, Kars with the Bloodstone. Now, yes, Kars was technically at his full strength and had full immunity towards the sun, and he had someone access to the power of the sun, he can possibly fight against Alucard, but since his body is immortal and he can instantly heal himself, only way I see Alucard winning is if he absorbs him or destroys his soul completely, leaving an immortal husk of a body. Number 2, Pucci. Now, Pucci in the manga of part 6 of Jojo's Bizarre Adventures, Pucci defeats Jotaro and proceeds to change the universe by speeding up time and changing all of the events. So Pucci does have universal control over time and space, so Pucci could do something against Alucard, as Pucci did defeat Jotaro, Star Platinum, which is said to be one of the fastest stands in the Jojo's Bizarre universe. But the question is, would it work on Alucard? And the only answer I can give is that it wouldn't work due to the fact that Alucard comes from another universe and he possesses one of God's abilities, and that's being everywhere and truly nowhere, so that's omnipresence at this point. Number 3 would be Kira Yoshikage. So Kira's Killer Queen gotten a bit of a buff at the end when he had the power to repeat the same events that happened before, basically rewinding time if anyone that found out his identity, and he get to, do it all over again. But Kira can't fight Alucard even though he has his bombs, and that wouldn't be enough to fight him or kill him, as he needs something holy in order to kill him, so he loses off that shit. Then you got number 4, DiVialo. His ability to skip time and predict the future is wonderful, and he's completely strong. The man destroyed Bucciarati, leaving him dead and alive at the same time. Crazy, but not enough to stop him. But not enough to stop Alucard. Sure, he's skipping time and predicting all moves, and that won't be enough to kill him, unfortunately. Number 5, Giorno Giovanna. If Giorno inflicted enough damage or so, or at least enough to defeat Alucard, then I would say Giorno could possibly trap Alucard for all eternity in that loop like he did with DiVialo. I keep fucking that up. We're going on a fucking commercial break. Giorno said that he can't be beaten and that anyone who approaches him will die. So I say, despite everything that I just mentioned, you can only have 3 people who can possibly fight against Alucard and possibly defeat him. Pucci, Cars, Giorno. Those are the only men who can possibly do anything towards Alucard. Now, yes, sure, with most stands you have to be up close in order to fight, but it's possible that Alucard could have a bit of a struggle, since he never fought against people who were stronger than him besides Van Helsing and Alexander Anderson, the Monster of God version. I can see something happening. Now, Alucard himself at the end gained godlike abilities and only kept 1 soul out of the 3 million souls he had to destroy in order to use the 1. But it doesn't mean that he can't use his full power against someone who is stronger than him. Alucard would suck the blood from Cars and take in his power and soul. Pucci's power probably wouldn't have any effect on him because he comes from a different universe, but he wouldn't mind also taking his power and doing even more godlike stuff with it, And lastly, Giorno. To kill someone and place them in a loop, I'll say he wouldn't need that ability, as he already kills his victims and takes their power and their souls within them, and they're technically being tortured and they're suffering. So yeah, Alucard can solo the Jojo's Bizarre Universe, as it's possible that there are people who can defeat him, but since Alucard is extremely overpowered, it would be difficult for even that to happen. Now Joseph Joestar, using the Ripple, which is called the Hamen, an ancient martial art technique, Sendo, the way of the hermit wizard, using the power to produce energy that is identical to the sun's rays, which only make Alucard tired and exhausted, but it wouldn't be enough to kill him. So that's how that'd be. But let me know what y'all think. Do you feel that the Jojo's Bizarre Universe has a chance against Alucard and being able to stop him? Now, that's the thing. It's like the people that is in the Jojo's Bizarre Universe and stuff, they each had like different abilities and stuff, and some of them was quite interesting. you know, like the Dios, the Jotaros, the Josuke's, you know, they each had like something like very different and stuff, because it tells a really tale about them fighting up against like this immortal vampire, and somehow he's gonna be able to like come back in some sort of form or fashion and stuff. And you get like Alucard, who just comes into the universe and he just says, I'm bored and I need to do something. Because if Alucard was to show up at the period of like the Pillar Men and stuff, this would have obviously been after like the Roman Emperor stuff. I mean, I'm sorry, the Roman Empire stuff, because apparently like the Pillar Men was like 102,000 years old at least, and some of them kind of like died out because of their immortality, so there was less and less of them to be born. So when there was cars and the rest of them, like obviously, you know, cars just destroyed them all, and then just only left like the ones that he left, you know. And then again Alucard shows up, and then Alucard just sits there, and they wouldn't be able to do anything to him and stuff. Same with Alucard, like you got, they're immortal. And like I said before, if cars had like the power and stuff and to be unaffected by the sun, I mean, I don't really see like cars actually winning. Like, yeah, he's immortal and, you know, he can instantly heal and he becomes the ultimate life form and stuff. Busted. Really busted and stuff. But again, Alucard is just, he's crazy. Alucard is crazy. And then Joseph, it's like, yeah, he has his wits and he has, you know, that still wouldn't work. And then Giorno, like I said before, that infinite loop stuff is quite interesting, but he basically fought a guy. Well, he had to kill all of 3 million souls just to use the one that he's currently using and stuff, because he was able to like the quantum reality manipulation and stuff, which kind of like it just messed him up, and he couldn't control that power instantly, so he had to kill every part of himself just to control and use that power and stuff, because that's how it was. Now for Giorno, I wouldn't you can argue and say that if he was to take him within him and then have that ability, it could do something, but then again, we don't know, because this was after Helsing and stuff, so we don't know if he can take any more souls within him, or he just have to stick with the one soul that he killed in order for him to have that ability, you know, since he has became omnipresent, to be everywhere and truly nowhere, one of God's abilities. So again, there's nothing that nobody can technically kind of do. Like I said, they can probably fight him and they probably would win depending on the situation, but I don't really see that happening. Alucard is too overpowered. Everyone's dying. So I hope everybody enjoyed the first show of Explain That Broken, or Broken to Be Explained, whatever I'm gonna name this show. I'm sorry, this episode, excuse my language, whatever I'm going to name this episode, you know. But yeah, if you like what you heard, you know, please subscribe, share, you know, do all that wonderful stuff, and I catch you later.